Anyway, the jobs and stuff, that you're gonna create, for, that you'll work for, or work with, or whatever, it's all about, are you gonna create your own job? Or are you gonna work for someone else? The job that you have, how significant will it be to the advancement of your mental condition, your physical condition, your financial conditions, and stuff like that? Okay, right now I'm at a mall. This is called Kankan. It's in Kishiwada, Bayside Mall. And you just look at it. Look it up on net and you'll see it. Over here, it's a church or something, wedding place up on the other side. I'll go over there later if I have time. But anyway, and they go up port leading out to the ocean. But anyway, basically, what it is that your job also has will affect you and your relationship also. Are you going to be just an employer? Are you going to be happy working in the mail room, or are you going to be happy just being a millionaire, bossing people around? To create your own excitement, and things like that. So those are very important also, that you have to consider in your life and things like that. Then, once you're working and stuff, how are the people that you're working with, how are they going to affect you? How are you going to let them affect you? Are you going to work with people that they're calling you names and you'll just start calling them names back, or things like that? Because nowadays, like what happened, that one guy shot up all those people, and they said because they were talking about him and stuff like that. Maybe things could pressure you a lot, but I was in the military and I was getting, the white guys didn't bother me, but it was mostly all the brothers and stuff. And I had a couple of white guys, and eventually I got kicked out because of white guys and stuff. Well, it wasn't even because of them. It was because I didn't protect myself. But it was cool because, I could move on. I was able to move on, so it didn't really matter or not. I was just happy I got kicked out while I was still in United States and stuff like that. Not in the United States, but in Los Angeles and things like that, But still, I got a lot of pressure from brothers growing up in Venice and going to University High School in West Los Angeles, and when I was going to Bellagio Road up in Bel Air and stuff, I always got, slacked by a lot of brothers, but, I never thought of, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think about it, but I didn't go around shooting people and stuff, It just, the consequences of those were even worse, So I just, instead of, fighting against them and stuff, I just laugh because, if you think about it, when a person call you, start talking about you and stuff, that's talent, and it's funny, and these guys are that good, be they agent, and, open up a little comedy center or something in the local community, or at a bar, or out in the park, have people come sit, pay $1 or whatever, eventually, record it, put it on YouTube, it's a lot of things that people do that can, that can generate money if you look at it in the business way. My brother, when we were young, he cracked jokes on me all the time. He still does, I get upset. I used to get upset, but when he was young, it was so bad. It was really bad, but, it was funny too. It was funny. A lot of jokes people talk about me, especially how black I am, which I'm brown more than black. But now I am. But when I was in Michigan, I was black though. I don't know how I got light. It's fucked up. But anyway, a lot of things just happen and stuff, and you just have to learn how to deal with that stuff, and try to change it into some money. Anyway, get back to that, to the point of what I'm saying. So your job and things like that, that's going to affect you. Let's say like if you're an owner, just because you're an owner, that's fine and all that. But, and you married, you got a beautiful wife at home, but you got beautiful women at your job too. So how is that going to affect you? Are you going to be trying to hit up on the women at your work and ignore your wife, and it's a lot of people do that, like these senators and governors and stuff. They out screwing around on their wives and messing around with these young girls and stuff because of some excitement and stuff, when they should, maybe consider buying some G-strings for their wives and send their wives, pay for some trainers to get their wives in shape. And, because if they're not touching their wives and their wives not messing with them, then their wives, should still be fresh and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then they get caught and then they expect their wives to, all this stuff. And, I don't know, man. But what I'm saying, basically, is before you even get into a relationship, there's so many things there's a lot of things that you have to consider and think about. Let's say you have a good job. You okay, I got a good job, and it might be going good for the first 3 weeks, but somebody else might come in there, or somebody else might rub you the wrong way, and all the happiness is going to go away. You're going to let somebody steal your happiness, and stuff like that. And it's just really, it's really bad. And then when you do let someone steal your happiness, then are you going to take all that misery and stuff back home to your wife, to your kids, to your girlfriend, and things like that? So, when you're dealing with relationships, marriage and stuff like that, it's just, you just have to, you really need to concentrate on you, and ask yourself a lot of questions. What if, and it's just a whole, I could just go on and on and on, but I guess basically you understand what I'm saying. But then, again, like I was saying to your partner, for one thing about women that you want to check about, and guys and women you want to check about the guys, the first thing you want to know is how they're going to react under pressure. That's the first thing when they're angry or somebody insult them. Because if they're acting, it doesn't matter how fine, however they work, however beautiful they are, whatever. If they can't cope under pressure, you don't want to be with them. You really don't. And it ain't no such thing, well, I'm going to take a chance because maybe he's going to change. Because the only thing that's going to change is you. That's the only thing that's going to change. And it's hard, and it's just really interesting. And then another thing too is, if the person you're with, if they all of a sudden come under some financial umbrella where they're getting all this money and stuff, then how is it going to affect you? Like my wife, she went to Korea, came back with $1,000 this, clothes, and she go buy, things like that. She buy her stuff, and she can afford it. I can't afford it, but she can afford that stuff, And then what? You know what I'm saying? Then what? Am I supposed to get jealous and stuff? No. I'm not supposed to get jealous, and I'm not supposed to get jealous, Just get out there and hustle and go to Korea and buy my own stuff, because I chose my future, my destination, and what I wanted to do with my money and stuff like that, So, that's all, hey, she go out and buy her something nice, I'm just like, that's good, that's nice, and just leave it like that. I don't get jealous. I just say, hey, you go, you do your thing, because, that's just how it goes, It's no reason to get jealous, But some guys, they'll get mad, because their wives are doing better than them. And the whole thing they should get mad about is the fact that they're not even attempting to do things, And a lot of people say, well, I got all kinds of ideas and stuff, but ideas are great, but you have to know what to do with those ideas. I told my son, I went to visit him when he was 5 years old, and